into your breath. In today's practice, we're going to open up pretty much all of the parts of our body. We're going to move into a peak pose of compass. So we're going to open up shoulders, hips, quads, and trying out some maybe new shapes. So just being open to experiencing these shapes in your body as they come. I'm going to read a meditation to consider throughout our practice today. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up your authority. It means accepting what is unchangeable instead of fighting a battle that you cannot win. Surrendering involves knowing the difference between what you are capable of changing and what you are not capable of changing. And then figuring out how to come to terms with that reality. When you feel as if you're banging your head against an unmovable wall, that is a good time to surrender. Just as there is a give and a take to everything in life, there are some times when all the pushing in the world won't get you what you want. Let go, releasing your old thinking in order to reform a relationship that will work for you, not against you. Throughout this next hour, I invite you to focus on this intention of surrender. Surrendering to your body, to your breath, to the poses, and then carrying that intention with you off the mat into the rest of your night. Seeing if there are areas of your life where you can just release and acknowledge that things are beyond your control. Let's take a few final breaths in this starting Shavasana. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Taking the biggest breaths that you've had all day, holding them a little bit longer than feels natural, and releasing everything out of the lungs until you're empty. Go ahead and draw your knees into your chest, rocking side to side, moving into happy baby or lazy happy baby, keeping your knees bent. We'll just take some breaths here to begin inviting movement into the body, stretching out your legs, moving side to side, or maybe just staying still and seeing if you can open those hips and pull the feet closer to the earth. Thighs parallel with the ground, shins perpendicular right off the thighs. As you're ready, release your feet back down to the ground. Bring your arms long and alongside your body, grounding your palms into the earth, grounding your heels into the earth. And inhaling, lifting the hips, coming up into your bridge pose. Take a moment here to find the integrity of your pose, maybe walking the shoulder blades under the back, bringing them a little bit closer together. Pressing down through all four corners of the feet and lifting the hips just a little bit higher. Using all of your arm as support to raise the body higher. On an exhale, lower the body, bring it back to the ground. And on an inhale, lift right back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. 2 more cycles. Lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift a little bit higher for the last time. And exhale, let it all go. Let your legs slide side to side, windshield wiper, keeping them in that bent position. Finding some nice organic movement. And then make your way into a tabletop position. Maybe rock and roll, or maybe just kind of roll to the side. However you get there is fine. Coming onto all fours in our tabletop position. Grounding down through the palms. Finding strength in the core, not collapsing into the belly. Inhale, lift the chest, drop the tummy, coming into your cow pose. And exhale, tuck the tail, round the spine, push back for cat. Inhale, lift for cow. Exhale, push it back for cat. Take it through your breath and movement for about 5 more cycles. Begin to invite some organic movements here. Maybe just sway the hips side to side, barrel roll through the stomach, dropping the hips. Feel free to stretch one leg long, and then the other, maybe taking a C-spine variation. And when you've had enough movement here, we're going to move into hero's pose. So coming towards the top of the mat in a kneeling position, bring the heels out wide and begin to drop your hips in the space between your heels, coming into an awkward kneeling shape. So the heels are hugging right into the bum here. And if this is a pretty intense stretch on the quads already, stay right here, or otherwise play around with moving into a reclined hero as far back as is accessible to you. If you have some sort of prop available, always an option to find a supported modification, putting that brick underneath the shoulder blades. Wherever you feel the stretch, just stop and relax. We're going to hold it for a few cycles of breath. Last inhale, filling up the lungs. And exhale, surrendering everything down. And next, and inhale, gently walk the spine up, supporting the neck, taking your time, and roll back up into that awkward kneeling position. From here, we're gonna move into Heron pose. So, heron pose, like the bird. So one leg is gonna stay tucked back, the left leg, and extend the right leg long in front of you. So one leg's long in front of you, one's bent. And then we're gonna play around with lifting that extended right foot and finding a really deep stretch. So invite a bend in that right knee and grab around the edge of either edge of the foot with either hand, and then extend that foot out long. Rock the, ground the sits bones into the earth and go ahead and lean back. So we're getting a really deep quad stretch in the left leg and a deep hamstring stretch in the right. Play around, maybe we want our hips to be square here, but play around with the placement of that raised leg. Maybe it's more accessible for you to move it out to the side than directly in front. Find what feels right for you here. And as we hold for 2 more cycles of breath. And release that leg back down. Extend the right leg long. Bring the left leg out to meet it. So both legs are long. We're in Dandasana, staff pose. Maybe shake the legs out, bending one knee and then the other, kind of jostling that out, resetting. And then we'll move into that same shape on the other side. So bend that right leg back, bringing the heel right up to the booty. That half-legged reclined hero right there. And then we're going to bend the left leg, reach for the foot with both hands and extend that leg long, playing around with lifting here, finding hamstring stretch in the left, quad stretch on the right. It's really intense, so don't feel that you have to push yourself any further than what feels good. Last inhale, see if you can pull the chin a little closer to the chest. And exhale, release the leg long. Unbend the right leg, coming into Dandasana once more. And let's shake the legs out again. Getting some movement in there. Spread the legs wide, maybe rotating to the long side of your mat. Feet are flexed. And take a moment to move the flesh away from the sits bone and find a tall spine. So bringing the hands behind the back, you can inhale, kind of hug the shoulder blades together. Get a really nice spine. Inhale the hands overhead, bringing them to touch. And exhale, crescent over to the right. The right hand can drop to the inside of the right leg, and the left hand can rainbow over. It's a really nice side body stretch through the left side body. Maybe you can bring that forearm, the right forearm, to rest on the ground. And play around with what feels comfortable with that left arm. Keeping our heart open here. We don't want to collapse forward into the stretch, but open the heart backward. So keeping that arm lifted, or if it's available without collapsing, going ahead and reaching for that right foot. You're getting the same benefits whether you're touching that foot or not. So if this is intense, just do what is right. And the next inhale, bring it back up to center. Hands come overhead. And exhale, rainbow over to the left. Drop that left forearm inside the left leg. And keep opening the heart as you reach the right arm over. Grounding down through the sits bones. So keeping that nice center of gravity grounded. Increasing that thigh body stretch. And play around with the placement of that right hand. Maybe you take it to that left foot, or maybe you just let it hover. We'll hold this for 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale, bring it back up to center, hands overhead, and exhale, draw the hands back down by your body. Close the legs, come back through tabletop, and gently push yourself back into your downward dog. Take a moment to set up, bend the knees, relax yourself into the shape here. Walking out the dog. Go ahead and take baby steps towards the top of your mat. We're going to move into a revolved, bound forward fold. So take the right hand outside of the left ankle, and the left hand can come up over to the right hip, finding twist through the spine. Letting the head fall down, totally relaxed, but keeping the shoulders open, encouraging that chest to shine further to the left. So rather than just the forward fold, getting that hamstring stretch, we're adding that twist and getting that shoulder opening as well. Last inhale and exhale, release. Just let everything hang for a minute and then take it to the right. Left hand comes to the outside of the right ankle. Right hand lifts up behind the back and over to the left hip. Finding that bind, finding that twist, and finding that surrender. Release the bind. Let everything fall for a minute. Heel toe the feet in closer together. And inhale, lift halfway, hands come to the shins, spine is flat. Exhale, fold everything down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. This time, inhale, lift all the way up, shape of the sun, hands come to touch overhead. Grab for the right wrist with the left hand. Reach up high towards the sky, and on your next exhale, reach over to the left, making a crescent moon shape here, and finding that stretch through the right side body as you press down through the right heel. Inhale here. Exhale, reach a little further, like you're reaching over a beach ball, not collapsing into the side, but reaching high and over. And inhale, bring it up to center, switch the grip, right hand grabs for left wrist. Inhale, reach that left arm a little higher before exhaling and crescenting to the right. Creating so much space in the spine, pressing down through the heel, creating so much space in the left side body. Inhale, long spine, release the grip, bring the hands out wide and take a baby back bend. Exhale, swan dive, everything comes down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to your high plank. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way, chaturanga or to the mat. Inhale, lift to baby cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, push it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come to your toes. Exhale, bend the knees, hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up, shape of the sun. Exhale, grab for that right wrist, crescent to the left. Inhale, get long. Exhale, right hand grabs for the left wrist, crescent to the right. Inhale, get long, release your palms, take your baby back bend, and exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, take your high plank. Exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing. Exhale to downward facing. Last time through that. Inhale, lift the legs, knees, heels. Lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, shape of the sun. Exhale, crescent left. Inhale, get long. Exhale, crescent right. Inhale, take that back bend. And exhale, swan dive all the way down. Halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, and lower through your vinyasa. From here, go ahead and come into your child's pose. Knees come out wide, heels together. Invite your hips to release back down onto your heels and hands stretch out long in front of you. Come back to the intention for our practice of surrender. Child's pose is the perfect opportunity to put this into practice. You are supported, you're in a safe, restorative shape. See if you can release everything to the ground. Think about what you can release, not only physically, but also mentally, emotionally. How you can use this practice to reset and feel a little lighter. As you're ready, walk yourself back up, pushing into your down dog, and we're gonna move into our first flow. From the down dog position, take a big inhale and exhale before setting up to move. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, letting it all go. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, drop the foot down and open the hip. So we're in scorpion pose. The shoulders stay square to the top of the mat, but the hip rotates open. Inhale and then exhale, draw that right knee forward to the top of the mat, plant the foot, drop the back knee. We're in a lizard lunge. Go ahead and come on to your forearms if this is available to you, or you can stay right up on your hands, giving a nice hip opener here. On your next inhale, draw the hips back, straighten that right leg, coming into your half-seated splits. Dropping the head down, and then inhale, walk the spine up, give them a little bit more length. Exhale, folding it down. Inhale, lift it up, heel toe that right foot to the side of the mat, and step the left foot up to meet it, coming into our yogi squat, malasana, hands come to prayer. Inhale here, get long on the spine. Exhale, sink the bum a little deeper. Inhale, lift halfway, coming into a forward fold, and exhale, bend the knees, drop the hips, lift the arms, coming into our chair pose. Legs can be together or hip width distance apart. Inhale, lift the arms a little higher, and exhale, drop the seat a little bit lower. One more breath here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, straighten the legs, lift the left leg high, bending that left knee. Ekapada Tadasana, one-legged mountain pose. And exhale, kick that left leg back, spiking the toes, coming into your crescent lunge. Take a moment to set up here, squaring our hips towards the top of the mat, making sure that back leg is nice and long, and bending into the right knee, stacking the knee over the ankle, hugging the shoulder blades onto our back. Inhale here, and exhale, drop the back heel, spin the arms open, opening to the side for your warrior two. Heel to arch alignment here with the back foot in the front, bend into the front knee, and track that knee open over the right pinky toe, encouraging opening in the hips. Inhale here, and exhale, cartwheel the hands to the top of the mat, step back, and take your vinyasa. Same thing, left side. Inhale, left leg comes high. Exhale, bend the knee, drop the hip, square the shoulders to the front, but open the hip, scorpion on the left side. Inhale here, and exhale, step that left leg through, plant the leg, drop the back heel, back knee, coming down into your lizard lunge. Holding it for a breath, opening that hip. Walk the hands back up, pull the hips back, straighten that left leg, half-seated splits. Inhale, create length in the spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, plant that left foot and step the right up to meet it, coming into your yogi squat. Hands come to prayer. Inhale, our spine is long. Exhale, we drop the seat. Inhale, lift the hips, half forward fold. And exhale, drop the seat, lift the hands, bend the knees, chair pose. Inhale, shine the heart forward. Exhale, drop the seat. Inhale, straighten the legs, lift the right knee, Ekapada Tadasana. Exhale, step the right foot back, heel is spiked, coming into your crescent lunge. Bend into that left knee, square the hips, and make sure that right leg is so straight and strong. Shine your heart up to the sky. Inhaling one last time. Before you exhale, lower the heel, twist that foot open, and set up for your warrior two. Arms come long, hips, shoulders drop away from your ears. Bend into that right knee a little bit deeper, left knee rather. Ground down through the outside edge of that right foot. Inhale here and exhale. Cartwheel the hands forward, step back and take your vinyasa. All right, we're gonna take that through again, layering on some more poses at the end. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, bend the knee, scorpion. Inhale, draw that foot forward, plant it down, lizard lunge. Exhale, lowering the body. Inhale, lifting the torso. Draw the hips back, half seated splits. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, pop up to your Malasana yogi squat. Lift the spine. Exhale, lift the hips, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the seat, lift the arms, child's pose or chair pose. Inhale, one more breath. Exhale, straighten, lift the left knee. Exhale, kick it back, spike the foot, crescent lunge. Inhale, shine the heart forward. Exhale, spin it open. Warrior two. From here, we're layering on, so take your hands and interlace them behind your back. On an inhale, lift the chest up, opening the heart, and then an exhale with legs just as they were in warrior two. Go ahead and bend the torso over, coming to bow on the inside of that right knee. Taking your humble warrior. We're opening the hips, we're opening the shoulders. We're surrendering the weight of the neck down to the earth. Release your bind. Lift all the way back up to your warrior two. Exhale, forearm to thigh. Right, left arm reaches long overhead. Extended side angle. Inhale here. Exhale. Hands come to plant on the mat. Ground down through that right hand as you step the right foot back. Coming into a side plank position. Left hand raises up high. Maybe you play around with lifting that left leg. Inhale here. Exhale, step that foot just behind you. Bend the knee. Lower the body down. Wild thing. Inhaling as we open the chest up. Wild thing here. The right foot is ground down. The right arm is long. We're opening the chest. And go ahead and flip it back to your downward facing dog. Taking that through just the same way on the left side. Inhale, left leg long. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, scorpion. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, step it through. Lizard lunge, lower down. Inhale, lift it up. Straighten back, half seated splits. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, lower. Inhale, pop up into your Malasana Yogi squat. Lower your seat a little bit deeper. And inhale, halfway fold. Exhale, bend the knees, coming into your chair pose. One breath here. Inhaling high, higher through the chest. Exhaling low, dropping through the hips. Straightening the legs, lifting that right knee this time. Exhale, step it back, spike the heel. Finding your crescent lunge as you square the hips towards the front of the room and hug the shoulder blades back. Inhale, exhale, open it up. Warrior two. Drop your seat just a little bit more. And go ahead, find that bind. Interlacing fingers behind the sacrum. And inhaling, lifting the chest high. Exhale, forward fold, coming into a humble warrior bow on the inside of that left thigh. Inhale here. Exhale, release the bind. Lift it back up to your warrior two. Go ahead and bring that left hand to the right left thigh. Reach the right hand long, coming into your extended side angle. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, spin that heart open just a little bit more. Plant the left palm down, step the left foot back, coming into our side plank. Offer to play around with hovering up that right foot here. Inhale. Exhale, step it back. Drop the hips, reach that arm out long in front of you. Then inhale, lift it up, wild thing. Coming up onto those right toes, right arm reaches long, and flip it back for your downward facing dog. Let's meet in a child's pose. Release the forehead to the mat. Maybe rock this forehead side to side, massaging the third eye. Let this pose be both active and restorative. So while we surrender through the hips, through the head, we continue to invite movement through the palms, engaging the arms and pressing the hips back a little bit closer to the heels. Take a few breaths here to reset. Go ahead and get a drink if you need to. It is so humid. All right, we're gonna move into our peak poses. So the first one we're gonna do is one-legged king pigeon. So if you have a wall accessible, we're gonna take advantage of that. So back up to the wall, coming into a tabletop. And what we're gonna do is bend first the right knee back and draw that shin up against the wall. So this isn't the best wall because it's like spackled and you have your siding, but we're gonna try our best. So with that right shin bent up against the wall, bring the left foot out into a lunge. And maybe you stay right here. This is already stretching through the quad, but play around with lifting up and bringing those hands onto the knee. And as you do so, you're gonna get a really big opening in that quad. So as you practice this pose, you can continue to bring your shoulders back, your hips back. Maybe one day you become flush with the wall, but wherever you are today, just play around with this one-leg king pigeon pose. and celebrate that maybe this is a new position that you're trying. As you're ready, go ahead and release, and we will take that on the opposite side. So come back into your tabletop, give yourself a moment, and then bend the left knee, drawing that shin right up to the wall. Stepping the right foot forward this time, having a little lunge in that front leg. And then as you're ready, walking the hands up onto the knee, hugging those shoulder blades back, and bringing yourself closer with the wall. Just breathe here. This is a super intense pose. So whatever you need, just focus and breathe through it. Last inhale and last exhale, release. Come back down through your tabletop. Maybe give your legs a minute to rock them side to side. Now we're gonna move into our peak pose, compass pose. So come on down on your mat, legs out long in front of you in Dandasana, staff pose. Bend your left knee in, place it on the inside of your right thigh, kind of making that figure four shape. Grab your right foot with both hands, bending that knee so it's accessible to you. And then begin to pull it in towards your chest. So this is the heron pose that we started with at the beginning. This is taking it to the next level. So we've kind of already been here. Start to stretch out that leg, bringing it long in front of you. If this is where you are today, this is perfect. This is a really good stretch through the hamstring. But if you want to take it into the full expression, reach around. The left hand comes to the outside of that right foot. The right hand comes on the inside of the leg. So I need to bend to get into this shape. It's not exactly pretty. But then lift that left arm over the back of the head and straighten the foot. Just like that, I say. So eventually, this will look so much more effortless. That right hand will be long. My neck won't be so crinched. But play around with that. It might seem impossible, and that's okay. Even just doing something like this with the leg extended is really great practice. And then maybe one day you can tuck your head through that space that you've created. So just play around with it for a few more breaths. Doing something funky. Feeling how that makes our body feel. Maybe we hate it. Maybe it makes our body freak out. But just try to breathe through it. When you're done playing on that side, we'll release down. Give yourself a minute. Maybe shake out your shoulders. Roll out your neck. Stretch both legs long. Give them a little jiggle again. Coming back through our Dandasana. And this time, we'll bend our right leg in. And we will reach for the left foot. Grabbing around the edge of the base of the foot with both hands. Stretching it out long. Rocking it side to side. Warming it up. Pulling it closer towards your chest. Then with that right hand, reach the right hand on the outside of the left foot as you bring your left arm in front of the knee and the right arm behind the head. Play around here. Maybe you have both hands on the foot. Maybe that right arm doesn't come through. That's okay. It's super challenging. Maybe just playing here and seeing about getting that head tucked under the arm. Keep breathing and just be playful here. This is compass pose. Now all twisted up. And our foot is like the needle of the compass. Release as you're ready. Stretch the legs back out long. Coming through that Dandasana. Inhale, lift the arms long over your head. And exhale, forward fold. Let this be really gentle. If you want to walk your legs wide, you can take a more restorative variation. Surrendering the head down and shaking the neck out. Gently roll the spine back up and move into a cobbler's pose or butterfly pose, bringing the heels to meet in front of the groin, making that butterfly shape with your legs. Hands come to the inside of your feet. You can kind of give yourself a little foot massage here, reminding yourself to relax and opening the insides of the feet like pages of a book. Maybe flap your wings here, getting a little movement in your legs. And then inhale, lift your spine high. Then I'm going to exhale, walk up your long spine forward. It doesn't matter how far down you get. We're just working on a long spine here. Inhale, lift a little, straighten that spine, and exhale, see if you can sink a little bit lower. And then on your next exhale, release everything down. Taking this as a passive pose, your hands can come out in front of you. Maybe you want to bring your feet a little bit further away from your groin, making that diamond shape with your legs a little bit wider. And then coming back to your restorative fold. It's a really nice stretch for the back, for the neck, and of course, nice hip opener. And as you're ready, go ahead, make your way onto your back. Draw your knees into your chest, bringing one hand to either knee. We're going to take some gentle knee circles, rotating the hips, making some clockwise motions with those knees. Go ahead, switch directions, moving counterclockwise. When you come back to center, bring your arms out wide and drop both of your knees over to the left. Coming into a supine twist. Here your gaze can come out over the opposite shoulder. Maybe you take a bind with your legs. You want to take an eagle leg variation. Or just let this be very restorative and gentle. It's hot. We already worked pretty hard. And this is our final pose. On your next inhale, draw the legs up through center, move them right on over to the right side. Arms out wide again, and gaze comes over to the left. Surrendering to this shape. Draw the knees back into center. And take one final pose, whatever is calling to you. Maybe it's happy baby. Maybe it's a little legs up the wall. Do whatever you need to get those final wiggles out. And then gently release your legs long. Arms come alongside you on the mat. Relaxing everything down to the earth. Eyes fall closed. Send your breath all the way to your fingertips, to your toes. Taking a scan of your body and releasing anywhere that you're holding tension. I'm going to read again from the intention that we started with to seal our practice and lead us out into the rest of our night. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up your authority. It means accepting what is unchangeable instead of fighting a losing battle. Surrendering means knowing the difference between what you're capable of changing and what you are not. When you feel as if you're banging your head against an unmovable wall, that's a good time to surrender. Just as there's a give and a take to everything in life, there are times when all the trying won't get you what you want. So know when to let go. Release your old thinking and reform a relationship that will work with you, not against you. Gently roll into the fetal position onto one side of the body. Sealing our practice using the forearm as a pillow. Taking a cleansing breath here. And then gently keeping the eyes closed, walk yourself up to your seated position. Hands come to heart center. Thank you for joining me and sweating it out and moving and trying some weird shapes. The light in me bows to and honors the light in you. Namaste.